collective collapse. The mind. We are not exaggerating. This is a diagnosis. We live in a time where the mind has been kidnapped by addictions, distractions, and trash. Digital trash, emotional trash, intellectual trash. This is the era where superficiality is rewarded and depth is ignored, where noise is worth more than reflection, where truth is shaped by algorithms and not by reason. People don't think, they react. They don't live, they consume. They are always connected, but completely lost from themselves. The mind, what should be our greatest strength, is in ruins. And the worst part is that many have gotten used to this state. They accept decay as if it were progress. They call decadence freedom, dirt expression, ignorance identity. This is the era of filth. And if you don't realize what's happening, you will also sink with it without even noticing. We live in a sick era. It's not an economic crisis, not a visible war. It's an invisible epidemic that starts in the mind and rots everything around it. A generation that doesn't think, that only reacts. Accelerated brains but empty, connected but without awareness. People who spend hours scrolling a screen, consuming trash, applauding clowns, idolizing idiots. That is what is happening. A silent, deep, collective collapse. The mind, which for centuries was our most powerful weapon, is now being dulled by useless stimuli, by distractions that only serve to keep the soul asleep. No one studies anymore. No one goes deep. Thinking has become an offense. Silence has become uncomfortable. Reflection is for old people. Today, any thought that requires effort is discarded. Everything must be fast, easy, pre-chewed. What goes viral is not what elevates, it's what degrades. And the scariest thing is that people applaud this. They love the filth. They consume their own decay with pleasure. This is the generation of the melted brain, the I don't care, the it's just a video, it's just a trend, it's just a joke. But these little things are shaping an entire culture. And rotten culture creates rotten people. The worst part is that many think this is normal, funny, call it freedom, authenticity, but don't realize they're being trained like animals to think less and obey more. And yes, there are lucid people in the middle of all this. There are people who see, who think, who resist, but they are few. Silent minorities in an ocean of applauded ignorance. We are witnessing the death of intelligence, the bankruptcy of consciousness, the triumph of distraction, superficiality, stupidity decorated with effects and dances. The masses are rotting from within, and not only do they not realize it, they mock those who try to warn them. We live in the era of the cult of filth. The mind has collapsed, the soul has been sold, and what remains? This pathetic spectacle of people shouting for attention while drowning in their own irrelevance. But if you still feel discomfort with all this, if there's still something inside you that refuses this rot, then maybe you're part of the minority that can still be saved and perhaps rescue others. Because in the middle of the filth, thinking is already an act of rebellion. We have never had so much information and so little wisdom. We have never been so connected and so lost. We have never talked so much and said so little. Nietzsche warned, madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, peoples, and eras, it is the rule. And that is exactly it. What was once an exception has become the rule. What was absurd is now normal. Today, stupidity is celebrated as authenticity. Vulgarity became content. Ignorance became a stance. The masses consume trash and call it culture, but it is not culture. It is conditioning. And meanwhile, intelligence withers. People who think deeply are called arrogant, complicated, disconnected from reality. Critical thinking bothers because it demands effort, silence, pause. And in this era of constant noise and infinite feeds, thinking has become an almost revolutionary act. Jung Chulan, a Korean philosopher, wrote, "We live in a time when excess positivity and stimulation destroy the soul." Burnout and anxiety are not individual diseases, but symptoms of a system that sucks the subject to exhaustion. The modern mind is exhausted, but not from thinking, from fleeing itself. And the worst part is that most don't even notice because they are too busy with notifications, 15-second videos, meaningless memes, victimhood ideologies, and TikTok dances. It is a generation with a melted brain and an inflated ego, capable of memorizing political slogans, but incapable of sustaining an idea for 5 minutes, capable of talking about everything but understanding nothing. Schopenhauer said, "The destiny of humanity depends on the degree of discernment it manages to cultivate." If this is true, we are very close to total bankruptcy. The truth is, this generation is being educated for servitude, but a sweet servitude with filters, playlists, likes, and digital dopamine. Educated to obey smiling, never question, hate those who think differently, and be offended by everything except their own mediocrity. It is a generation that demands respect, but doesn't bother becoming respectable. That wants to be heard, but has nothing to say. That wants freedom, but doesn't even know what it means.
What y'all listening to?
As Zygmunt Bauman said,
Yo, what y'all watching?
we live in liquid times. Nothing is made to last.
Yo,
Neither relationships, thoughts, nor convictions.
remember when I said today's combination is
Everything is
Hold on.
disposable, including consciousness. But yes,
Yo, remember when I say today's combination is wine and za? I just switched up from za to hookah. So we got wine and hookah in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause, yay! Round of applause, bro, what the fuck? Alright, I see y'all ain't into what y'all watching right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce everybody to the next one. Right here we got the story of Dr. NONDUMISO NKOSI. You feel me? We're gonna go ahead and like it so that these motherfuckers give us more videos. We talking true crime right now. We talking true crime right now. AWAD true crime. AWAD true crime. Do your homework. If you know, you know, you know. After every intro, we gotta tag the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For the editing me type shit.
Around 5:30 in the morning, outside. It was at around 5:30 in the morning, outside a Virgin Active gym in Nelspruit, when gunshots shattered the silence. A young doctor collapsed in the parking lot. A promising life cut short in a calculated act of violence. This is the story of Dr. NONDUMISO NKOSI. Let's get into it. Dr. NONDUMISO Evidence NKOSI was born on the 17th of May in 1990 near Mbombela in Mpumalanga province. Mbombela is also known as Nelspruit. At the time of her passing in November 2024, she was 34 years old. Outside of her busy career saving lives as a medical doctor, NONDUMISO was a devoted mother to 2 young children whom she shared with her estranged husband, Sifiso Vusumuzi Sibanyoni. Some news reports have indicated that NONDUMISO's surname was Sibanyoni as well. Others have also even hyphenated it as Nkosi Sibanyoni. However, there is no indication that she had professionally or even legally changed her surname. Rather, she practiced as Dr. NKOSI. NONDUMISO had pursued her medical studies in Cuba through the South Africa-Cuba Medical Training Program. Path that demanded a great deal of sacrifice, but opened doors to her dream of becoming a doctor. She returned home to South Africa to begin her internship at Temba Hospital near Mbombela, before later joining Rob Ferreira Hospital, also in Mbombela. There, she initially worked in pediatrics and later worked in oncology and emergency. At the hospital, she quickly gained respect of colleagues and patients. Known for her compassion, discipline, and the dedication that she showed to every patient she treated. But behind her professional success, her personal life was filled with turmoil. Her marriage to Sifiso had deteriorated, and she eventually sought legal protection from him. In retaliation, Sifiso had also taken out his own protection order against his estranged wife.
What happened? What's the best
In
story?
NONDUMISO's protection order, she detailed how he had been abusive in the marriage. He had called her a witch. He had even threatened to take her life. Despite the chilling warning, NONDUMISO continued with her life and career in the same town, holding on to hope for her children and the future. She and Sifiso had met while she was still very young and in medical school in Cuba. They had a long-distance relationship. As early as 2016, the two of them were
So Sifiso was this
in
side.
medical school in Cuba.
She was that side.
They had a long-distance relationship. As early as 2016, the two of them were together. When she came back to South Africa, the two of them got married before things quickly took a dark turn. Some of her family members and colleagues would later argue that Sifiso was intimidated by her and feeling inferior. Sifiso himself had a certificate in the medical field, although not as prestigious. He held a nursing certificate from Ekufundeni Nursing College, although he did not work as a nurse. On the morning of the 20th of November 2024, at around 5:30 in the morning, NONDUMISO arrived at Virgin Active Gym in Nelspruit for an early workout before work. This was routine, something that she would do daily before starting her work. As she was getting out of her car, NONDUMISO was ambushed in the parking lot and shot multiple times. She collapsed to the ground, and despite the quick arrival of emergency responders, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses were left horrified, and the news of her murder spread rapidly. The medical community was devastated. How could a woman who had dedicated her life to saving the lives of others be taken in such a violent and deliberate way?
How did the violence
If you are
happen?
intrigued by my storytelling, please like this video. That is very motivating. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I also want to say thank you to everyone else that has subscribed. From the very beginning, suspicion fell heavily on the estranged husband, Sifiso. Friends and family members believed that he was behind her killing, pointing to the threats he had made to her and the abuse she had endured in the relationship. At her memorial service, speaker after speaker took to the podium, but instead of celebrating her life as a medical doctor, as a mother or friend, the service became dominated by the theme of gender-based violence. Her estranged husband was notably absent. For many, her death was more than just a personal tragedy. It was another devastating reminder of the femicide crisis tearing through South Africa. Police investigations uncovered a disturbing pattern of events, and On the 8th of July 2025, about 8 months after NONDUMISO's murder, Sifiso Sibanyoni was arrested and charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder.
How did he do
According to a key witness that came forward to assist police in this case, Sifiso had once visited him, accompanied by his brother, seeking Muti or to be introduced to someone who could help with Muti to kill his wife. He had confessed his intentions to that witness, allegedly. The witness also allegedly linked him with someone who could provide Muti, but it was also in that conversation that Sifiso informed the witness that he had previously paid 70,000 rands to 2 hitmen to kill NONDUMISO. However, the 2 men had taken the money and ran off without causing harm to NONDUMISO. It is not clear exactly what happened with him wanting to get Muti this time. It could be that he realized that he had no access to her and that he could not use Muti, but Sifiso allegedly enlisted the help of 2 other hitmen who ended up being his triggermen for the murder. Unfortunately, the police have not been able to trace down these 2 triggers.
So NONDUMISO actually came out the gym and just got damn, and just got gunned down. Well, in GTA, but you know what I mean. Like, she got deleted just like that in a parking lot of a gym. That's why public gyms, bro. Like, personally, myself, I prefer like just like, you know, ordering my own equipment and using that to gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try and avoid public spaces as much as I can, even when it comes to like eating, you know what I'm saying? Eating like from restaurant food and shit like that. I'd rather just like order that shit in. You know what I'm saying? But depending on my mood when it comes to that. But gym? Nah, I'd rather do that shit in my own space. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Triggermen. And so far, worryingly, it appears that they might get away with their role in this murder. Soon after NONDUMISO's murder, it was also discovered that Sifiso, whose bank account had previously been in the minus according to police, had received 2 large insurance payouts in early 2025. First, the amount of 200,000 rands, which was paid out in February 2025, followed by 1.5 million rands paid out in March of 2025. These were life insurance policies that he had taken out on the life of NONDUMISO. So Sifiso appeared in the Nelspruit Magistrate Court days after his arrest in July 2025 to apply for bail. It was during his bail application that the defense presented information about his educational background and profession, including that he matriculated in 2005, he had a nursing certificate from Ekufundeni Nursing College, and that although he had a certificate as a nurse, he did not work as a nurse, but rather was self-employed as a diesel salesman. And they also indicated that he told them, this is the defense in their application, that Sifiso told them that he makes about 80,000 rands on a good month. It's not clear why they sought to present this information to the court, but perhaps it was to say he needed to be let out on bail so that he could continue his business, or that he would not be a flight risk because he had a business that he was running. The state, on the other hand, opposed the bail application, stressing the seriousness of the crime, the strength of the evidence against him, and that he posed danger to witnesses It was also heard during that bail application that Sfiso's girlfriend, whom he was in a relationship with when NONDUMISO was murdered, wrote a statement which was presented to the court that Sfiso could not have been the one involved in NONDUMISO's murder because on the morning that NONDUMISO was murdered, Sfiso was in bed with him. Sfiso himself has also said that he could not have been involved in the murder because he was at home sleeping when this thing all occurred. NONDUMISO's family members, her friends, and her colleagues protested outside the court, calling for the bail to be denied. In the end, the magistrate denied him bail, stating that his release would endanger the public and disrupt public order due to the protests and anger against him. And the matter was postponed for further investigation, at which the public is watching closely to see when the trial is going to begin, what other evidence is going to be presented at trial that has not been made public, because once again, this is a pre-trial case, which means some of the evidence has not yet been made public. So we can only wait and watch and hope that justice will be served for Dr. NONDUMISO NKOSI. That is it for today.
Nah, like when it comes to like two lovers, bro, you can never know like why they be getting into like action or activity that's like this, bro. This is crazy. I might just like title this one hetero activity, since we don't got no hetero. You know what I'm saying? It's either gonna be true crime or hetero activity or some shit like that. But whatever happens between two lovers, bro, like it's like, yo, shit can get really complicated to a point where it gets so wicked, bro. Shit can literally get so wicked, like super wicked. You know what I'm saying? And it's like justifying certain actions can be like really tricky, right? Especially when love is involved, especially when emotions is involved. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Drop it in the comments if you heard, or if there's like some details to like break down. You know what I'm saying? But I found like such little information shared in that video in terms of the details and shit like that. But in terms of what was broken down, it was clear enough, to draw the conclusion of the fact that it may be her boyfriend and shit like that, because, you know what I'm saying, of, the lump sums of money that he received. But why would he receive money? Like, isn't he the one supposed to give out the money to the people to do the deed? You feel what I'm saying? And like evidence, like, did they find the gun that, executed NONDUMISO? You know what I'm saying? Like, fingerprints, things like that. Were they sure? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he hire people? Shit like that, bro. Like, and if he hired people, money's supposed to, like, go out of his account. Lump sums of money supposed to go out of his account into somebody else. Reflecting that he probably paid somebody else for it. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, whatever was concluded, RIP. NONDUMISO, you know what I'm saying? There's some tragic shit. I don't know whether to title it, you feel what I'm saying, hetero activity or true crime, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You feel me? Right here, we got Cold Hard Cam. But I don't know, man. I'm finna be out, I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna be out. You feel me? I'm finna do like this. Nigga right here and be out. AWAD shit, right? Y'all looking at me with that stale ass face, and I know there ain't nobody there right now. But it's all good. I know it's cobwebs and shit like that. But W5 followers. 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 5 followers on Twitch, man. Come on, man. giving myself a round of a goddamn applause in this motherfucker. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Today y'all ain't fucking with me. None of my 5 followers is in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So finna do like mans over here and be out. You feel what I'm saying? So W that though. You understand what I'm saying? W that though. Facts. Let's see what we rocking out with today, man. Let's see what we rock. Codeine crazy freestyle. Now let's go ahead and I don't know. What am I feeling? What I'm feeling. Yeah, let's go duality. Why not?
What happened?
I've never chilled with you. I've never met you face to face. Already you wanna talk about me like this. You know? So
I think I've heard of this, eh?
We're all influencers now
Like
since others
child
got banned.
Who got banned? Q now?
People are banned.
Yeah, I heard somebody clap back at Casper for some shit on this one, dog. Hold on, what's going on here, brother?
Apparently now you can't put Russia in the court.
That's crazy.
Because of the archers there. Because the
Archers.
archer is there.
Also,
Because the archer is there.
the clip I saw actually had both of you guys.
Oh!
She shot both of you guys.
No!
Oh!
Wait.
Sinazo.
What niggas mean? What niggas talking
I
about?
witnessed the crime happen in
Oh!
front of my eyes.
Oh!
Intersection.
Who are these TikTokers?
Hey.
Hi!
Nah, fuck that. Whoa. That's a cool ass nigga. What's prime horse? What prime horse? Spider eagle. Oh my god, this is a fusion of 2 animals. Spider and an eagle. This is a bat and a fox. When a bat and a fox, you know what I'm saying, turn into a robot or have a robot baby. Nah, this one, nah. L, bro. This one is a W for sure. Iron and a snake. It makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? A robot, well, a cyborg and a horse. A cyhorse, you feel me? A spider and an eagle. Spiegel. Steven Spiegel. What? What? This is not a real GQ cover, though. It can't be, bruh. What the fuck?
My car broke down earlier today. I can't be caught outside with
remember
no
this
car,
movie.
and it's dark, and they
I
shooting. Like,
got
it's
it.
crazy right
Well,
now.
I gotta get Maya anyway, so you on the way, so I got you.
Are you serious, Rashad?
Hold on, let me get my stuff.
Thank you.
All right, you good, Eddie? Yeah, I'm good. I need to get on out of here anyway.
Yeah, no doubt.
My car broke down earlier
I ain't gonna
today.
lie, I ain't gonna lie,
I can't be
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't
caught
gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie.
outside with.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I got Nicki Minaj for the acting instead of the music. Not instead, but over the music. Because when I say instead, it's gonna make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, she trash. She's not terrible with the music at all. She's far from terrible. She's decent. Like, she's decent. I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying, unfortunately. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm a fan of this, bro. Jeez, I'm a fan. Look, I'm a fan of this all day. I'm saying I got Nicki for the acting over the music. This nose is too big, though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's making me a little uncomfortable, though, when looking. This nose is too big. Se estás arrasam, filho. Coisa galera lá. Yeah, bro. Sunboy, coisa galera. The fuck? Oh. You think goats is rebellious?
That was a hard one, dude.
Yeah, I thought it was my boy Licky. Looks like Licky. What is it? Licky uncut, Licky unfiltered.
Let's give my son waves. Last time I tried to give him waves, it didn't work, so we're gonna try one more time. First, we're starting out with a washing style to clean his hair. After that, I'm using a detangler to detangle his hair.
Oh yeah, by the way, y'all, today we got Swine and Za. You feel me? That's the combination.
Smoothing
today.
everything.
Wine, Za. You feel?
All of this soap. Once all the soap is rinsed out of his hair, we're moving on to the next part of this. I realized his hair was a little bit too long to get waves, so I am going to be giving him a haircut to lower down his hair. I'm hitting him with a high fade. Then I'm lowering the length of his hair to a more controllable length so he could get waves in about a week or so. Then I'm blending out the fade, making it blurry. Even though I'm a licensed barber, I don't really cut hair like that, so I am proud of how good I am cutting his hair. Then last but not least, I got to hit him with that crispy lineup.
But this reminds me of when I used to like cut my little brother's hair, dog. That should be tender as fuck, right? When they grow up like this. But I feel like if you can handle a hair that small and that tender, like, you know what I'm saying, you evolve from there. You know what I'm saying? It's real skill that comes out of that. You know what I'm saying? I used to do my little brother little hair type shit. That nigga had a huge, like some huge thing, you know what I'm saying? But I was smooth with it. I remember being so proud, bro. My little man, you know what I'm saying? When Big Dog had handled the head, pause. My little man, you know what I'm saying? He was fresh with it. You can see the confidence in his eyes and shit. This is not real. This is not real. Sexy Red wants to have it. Oh, she wants to. Thought she was already pregnant. Niggas got the AI baby already done. Like, as in how the baby finna look like and shit. Like, yo, niggas is quick, bro. Niggas is mad fast with it. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga finna bust the screen, dog. Yo, this nigga finna fucking crash that screen. Nah, this faster. This nigga gotta go box for real. Nah, this man gotta go box for real. What? Hey, whoa. Chill out. Facts.
I don't give a.
So guys, the Gimba Express was previously at Reddish. We tasted the Wagyu burger. I've tasted some other things which is good on the menu, but I'm here for breakfast this morning. So firstly, when I walk in, they've got all of these fresh breads and croissants here. But however, there's something that caught my eye on the menu. It's the actual breakfast.
What you mean?
Who knew that? Have you ever dated outside your race?
Yes, that's all I would like to do.
Now?
Yes.
Yo. Okay. Actually,
I've always,
you know, every time I be streaming, bro, I be like looking on my stream manager. Yo, W5 followers on Twitch, y'all. I was on like 3 followers for like the past 2 months, nigga. So that's progress.
and women sitting around waiting on.
I don't know how to like control my feelings like at all. It's tough.
Why do you think it's difficult for you to get in touch with your feelings?
Like, it's human nature to suppress them, to keep going. Like, if you dwell on them for too long, you're gonna be stuck and life's gonna keep going. If you can't dwell on your feelings, you have to go to work.
But then that's wallowing and not necessarily being proactive with your feelings. Eventually the feelings resurface, so then what's the point of moving on like nothing?
And then you have to deal with them when they come. I don't know how to like talk over my feelings like at all.
Yo,
it's tough.
I ain't gonna lie, like, I know there's a whole lot of stories about like single women, you feel what I'm saying, being single parents and shit like that. She's raised by a single dad, like raised by a single dad, like mommy was like, you know what I'm saying, deadbeat. This is all the kind of love and affection that she know, bro. Like, yo, fuck them feelings. Yes, yo, fuck them feelings. I feel like the only thing she need to get left is that. Okay, let me not inspire. Let me not say that shit. But yeah, man, masculine. Alright, if it's working
like, if you
for
dwell
you,
on
then
them
it's
for
a
too long,
W.
you're gonna be stuck and life's gonna keep.
Facts. This looks dangerous, bro. It's Arabic. These niggas be too experimental. What the fuck? That's how you wash it. Alright, so my peoples with the clippers and the, you know what I'm saying, the barber niggas. But this nigga's chest looks, come on, bro. This nigga chest looks weird, bruh. Why, what the fuck changed, bro? Why did he go from such a toned ass body to like black? Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Me breaking down another man's body like that. Focus.
And Aston's actually my favorite brand. So we're gonna get 3 of these today. Rory!
Look, he's specking it right now.
You told me you'd had enough of cars. Decot took 2 lots of cars and you're still ordering cars.
Can I buy them faster than Decot can take them? I think I can.
How much for the 3 of them?
About 1.2 each.
1.2.
I'm 35. If you're in your 30s or 40s, read this. I wasted my 20s building other people's dreams. At 35, I finally built mine. If you're in your 30s or 40s, reading this message could change everything. Your late start is actually your advantage. You should understand. Stop comparing yourself to kids on TikTok. Your 30s or 40s, energy beats experience. Wrong. Wisdom beats both. And what, you get wisdom by the time you turn 30 or some shit? Credit, savings, and or reputation. They don't. You have resources they don't. While they're raising your seed, you're bootstrapping to profitability. Your content has depth. 20-something shares quotes. Something's share quotes. 30 plus founders share. Okay, bet. Okay, bet.
I had a nice little Friday night fade lined up, right? And one of the biggest mistakes they made, they brought their females with them. You know what I mean? Because the whole time they out here laughing and hee ha ha, styling and smiling, right? They don't know what's in store for their boyfriend.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? They might be laughing with you right now, but they gonna be crying with you later, homie. Only one of the phase was smart enough. He told his girl, hey, get up out of here, man. It's about to go down. I ain't trying to have you see me out here fried, died, and laid to the side. So she...
Which one?
What exactly makes you...
I want you to...
But when Dee Dee got out of bed, one of her legs didn't go with her.
Oh shit, I remember this nigga.
Oh my god.
Earl, bro. Yo, Earl, bro.
I wanted out of there fast,
Earl,
but I had paid for Dee Dee's drinks all night. I thought I deserved a refund.
Earl, do you mind? You son of a bitch!
He's robbing
Dee Dee found out that Earl had
hoe.
lied to her. She kept whipping him with a towel. Then Earl drove off in Dee Dee's car. He realized that car was as vital to Dee Dee as her leg. He wanted to go find her and apologize. But the moment Dee Dee saw Earl, she wanted to hit him.
You son of a bitch!
Earl couldn't resist taunting her. Nice hops. Just then, Dee Dee's new boyfriend came out. After hearing what happened, he chased Earl down and beat him up.
Beat him up like that.
Later, Earl came back with the leg to apologize. The tension was thick the moment he walked in. After discussing it, Dee Dee had gotten her car back. And she didn't just want her leg back. She wanted Earl to understand her pain. To earn Dee Dee's forgiveness, Earl agreed. Then Dee Dee took Earl grocery shopping and back home. She made him try to unlock the door himself. Getting to the door was manageable, but trying to free up a hand made him lose his balance. When crossing at a traffic light, hopping on one leg wasn't fast enough to get across before it turned red. And the new shoes? He felt forced to throw one away. Even trying to relax was incredibly difficult.
So now he's trying
After
to look like the
experiencing
hoe.
a day in her shoes, Dee Dee shared her foot bathtub with Earl. Earl finally understood the depth of his mistake.
I am so sorry.
I forgive you.
My name is Earl, bro. This was one of my
When Dee Dee
favorite
got out of bed,
like,
one of her legs didn't...
comedy programs, bro. That shit was crazy. Yeah, she would agree. But what the fuck, bro? Come on, bro. What are you doing?
But the Aries is dropping soon. Now you're not scared. You might catch a bar or two. I mean...
Might catch a bar or two. For what? For what?
I don't understand like what you guys think.
I don't understand too. What's going on?
I am like... I'm an elderly.
Yeah.
Established.
Unk, bro, like established unk, like. And I feel like
certified. Legend, not legend in the making.
Okay.
A legend.
Yeah, that works too.
I don't think there's anything anybody could ever say that could actually rub me off the wrong way for me to actually want to get in there. It's like nobody's in my league, dog. It would have to be someone who actually did something. You get what I'm saying? And there was only one. There was only one.
It's
unfortunately,
RIP.
he's no more, man. He's so rest in peace.
Legend himself, right there.
But right now, man,
Big Bova Mains himself, right there.
But the A-Reese is dropping soon. Now you're not scared. You might catch a bar or two. I mean, I don't understand like what you guys think.
I ain't gonna think about it like thinking about it right now. I ain't gonna lie. Thinking about it right now. I wonder who could be this nigga's like equal. You know what I'm saying? Whether on some Nemesis vibes or on some like real competition type shit or whatever the case. Thinking about it, shit. You know, but the niggas that I can think about right now were never like running like how he ran. You feel me? Or maybe we can say OK Malum Cool Cat, but OK Malum Cool Cat is nah, that nigga too like different minded. You know what I'm saying? Like his mind is too far off from this guy. Like they're both in the same industry. They done ran within the same, you know what I'm saying, the same race. But that nigga over there, like, and that's Cool Cat, right? Yeah, that nigga right there, like. He's just too different. He's evolved into something completely different from him. So we can't really say like he's his equal. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know like what this post has to mean. Is it gonna mean like A-Reese is like is your Matondana? You feel me? That was like A-Reese drops, you gotta get nervous or some shit, I don't know. Casper Vest talks about A-Reese dropping and that AKA was his only competition. So we're talking about competition, you know what I'm saying? Some of his competition, obviously, RIP Ricky, dog, we would like, that would have made sense. You know what I'm saying? To be like, okay, somebody to compare this nigga with, like, literally, Ricky would have, you know what I'm saying? Had he still, you know, been alive to like, you know what I'm saying? Make that conversation possible. Or make that conversation a thing, but, you know what I'm saying? God damn, can we say Anati? But you know what I'm saying? Anati is hey, Anati, you know what? You don't understand, but like, bro, nah. You can't even pin them against one another. You know what I'm saying? In terms of energy vibes, things like this, brah, like, I don't know, brah, who you could comfortably say, okay, bro, when we're talking about Casper Vest, we can look at this other nigga to be like, yo, he could be a tough time. That's why it's like, but Casper Vest, dog, like, what the fuck? You ran that whole race, nigga. What are we talking about competition for, bro? You unk, bro. You like, I don't know, like you BD, like, you feel me? You got all this other shit to focus on. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like it would be a much more admirable thing to just like tackle those. You feel me? Tackle like dad responsibilities. Tackle, you feel me? I don't know, relationship responsibility, like maybe family shit, like on something we can look up to, because with the music you already ran, dog. You're not no young nigga no more. You're not no YN type shit. So we cool off that. I feel like we cool off that.
So Andrew's trying to film a Tate speech. And Tristan just is
What are these niggas on? How people secretly measure your worth.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. Oh, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? My strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, oh. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life. Whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, oh. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Michael Jackson's dermatologist, Aaron Klein, first observed symptoms of vitiligo in '83, but he was not officially diagnosed until '86. Damn. Can it be genetically inherited, bro? This thing, bro. Can vitiligo? Man, come on.
To be successful. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Look around. Do you see the richest, most successful people grinding themselves into the ground 24/7? Nope. They're working smarter, not harder. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. See, most people don't fail because they're not working hard enough. They fail because they're working on the wrong things. They focus on what feels productive instead of what actually moves the needle. And the best part? Fixing this is stupidly simple. This is about something much simpler. Something so easy that most people ignore it, but not you. You're smarter than that. You wouldn't have clicked on this video if you weren't looking for real ways to get ahead. Right? By the time you finish watching, you'll have everything you need to be way ahead of the pack. And I'm not talking about some temporary boost. I mean permanently leveling up. So grab a snack, get comfy, and stick around, because this might just be the most valuable video you watch all year. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you wanted to change your life, only to find yourself stuck in the same cycle? You get a burst of motivation, you decide, this time will be different, and then nothing happens. Successful, but then spend hours every day watching Netflix, scrolling through Instagram, or arguing with strangers online. How many people complain about being broke but never take the time to learn a high-income skill? How many people say they want to be healthy, but then eat junk food every day and avoid the gym like it's the plague? Exactly. Most people don't have a success problem. They have a doing the right things problem. And that's where you can win. Because if you simply start making different choices, you'll instantly be ahead of 99% of people. Most people waste their potential on distractions. They focus on things that make them feel busy instead of what actually makes an impact. They chase instant gratification instead of playing the long game. But you're different. The fact that you're still here means you're ready to break out of the cycle. And trust me, it's way easier than you think. The key is awareness. You have to start seeing where you're wasting time and energy on things that don't matter. You have to stop living on autopilot and start making intentional decisions every single day. Part 2, lazy people hacks. Now, I know what you're thinking. Joe, I don't feel like working hard all the time. And I hear you. Hard work is overrated. So let me give you some lazy person hacks to still get ahead without burning out. The 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, just do it now. Boom. No procrastination. No thinking about it. Done. This works for emails, dishes, making your bed, responding to messages, or literally anything small. Stop delaying and just get it done. Most people overcomplicate success, but in reality, the little habits build up over time. The 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Focus on the big wins, not the small, useless stuff. Prioritize like a boss. Example: if you're trying to make money, instead of doing 20 different things at once, focus on the one thing that will actually move the needle the most. The 5-minute start trick. If you don't feel like doing something, tell yourself, I'll just do it for 5 minutes. Most of the time, you'll keep going. Your brain is lazy, but also easy to trick. If you don't feel like going to the gym, just commit to 5 minutes of stretching. Once you start, you'll probably end up doing a full workout. If you don't feel like studying, just tell yourself to read for 5 minutes. Next thing you know, you're deep into it. Part 3, the cheat code. Want to know the real cheat code to life? It's called learning how to think. Most people don't think, they react. They see a headline, believe it instantly. They get criticized, and they quit. But if you learn to stop, think, and question things, you'll make smarter decisions. Try this. Next time you're about to do something, ask yourself, what would the best version of me do? Boom. Instant upgrade. Most people go through life on autopilot. They do what everyone else does, never questioning if it actually makes sense. And that's why they stay average. Part 4, money, success, and why most people fail. Here's the brutal truth. If you want money, success, and freedom, you need to do what most people won't. Most people spend money, they don't have to impress people they don't like. Most people avoid learning new skills because it's too hard. The easiest way to make money? Be valuable. Solve problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. Simple. But most people want the money without doing the valuable thing. So, what's something you can get good at? Copywriting, video editing, sales? Anything that companies and people need? Boom. That's your golden ticket. Part 5. Stop caring about what people think. One of the biggest things holding people back? Caring too much about what others think. Most people are too scared to start something because they're worried about looking stupid. But guess what? Nobody cares. Everyone is too busy worrying about themselves. Your first video, business, or project will probably suck, and that's fine. Do it anyway. The only way to get better is to start. Part 6. The final key to winning. If you only take one thing from this video, let it be this. Consistency beats talent every time. Success is just doing the right things over and over, even when you don't feel like it. That's it. Most people quit too soon. But not you. You're part of the 1% now. So, here's the deal. If you got any value from this video, do me a favor. Drop a comment with the one thing you're going to start doing differently. I actually read them, so don't be shy. And hey, if you want more content like this, you know what to do. See you in the next one. Stay wise, stay ahead. Peace.
Most people don't care as much as you think. You walk into a room, trip over a chair, and think, great. Now everyone's going to remember me as chair guy forever. Nope. They forgot about it.
Chair guy forever.
Most people are too busy thinking about their own awkward moments to obsess over yours. Once you realize that, you stop living in fear of what they think.
For real?
99% of the time, they're actually not thinking about you at all. Sorry to say it, but you're not as interesting as you think. You can take that as a good thing or a bad one, up to you. Your worst days teach the best lessons. You don't grow much when everything's going your way.
I like that.
The real growth happens when you get rejected, lose something important, or feel like the floor just dropped out from under you. Comfort rarely leaves you wiser, but pain forces you to pay attention. It's like life saying, here's the test. The lesson comes after. You'll never enjoy the bad days while you're in them, but you will thank them later for their teachings. The butterfly effect. Most people think change is a giant leap. It's not. Sometimes it's just one choice. Switching your major, sending that message, accepting that job offer in another city. One small decision can redirect your entire timeline. Every major turning point in your life will start with a moment that feels small at the time. That's why you can't sleepwalk through decisions. They stack, they compound. They either build the life you want or the life you settle for. Most problems shrink when you face them. That text you've been avoiding, that awkward talk with your roommate, the email you keep forgetting to send, the longer you wait, the more it will eat up your brain power. Procrastination turns ants into giants, but the second you face it, you realize it really wasn't that bad. Just by watching this video, you probably know what problem I'm referring to in your head. This is your sign. Rip the bandage. Do it now. Your future self will thank you for not letting tiny problems grow claws. Letting go is a skill. Holding on is easy. Anyone can cling to a relationship, a dream, or an identity long past its expiration date. But letting go? That's tough. It means you have to trust that there's something better beyond the empty space you're stepping into. That somewhere past the fog is a checkpoint. Letting go is how you make room for the life you actually want, instead of hoarding the one you've already outgrown. Gratitude is a cheat code. Gratitude isn't about lowering your standards. It's about sharpening your vision. When you actually stop and notice what's already working, your health, the people in your corner, the chances you've been given, you see your life without the static. It strips away the fake goals you only wanted because someone else said you should. You stop chasing everything and start building on the few things that truly matter. Gratitude overall just makes you a better person, a more appreciative one. Growth feels uncomfortable at first. You know that awkward stage where you're bad at something, but you're still learning? This point is exactly where most people quit. But this is actually the exact point where you should lean in harder. Discomfort is the proof that you're actually growing. If you feel awkward, unqualified, or out of your depth, congratulations. You're not in the failure zone. You've actually just entered the growth zone. The life you want requires a version of you that doesn't exist yet. That's the deal. You don't just get the life you want. You have to become the person who can handle it. The confident you, the disciplined you, the you who can make hard choices without flinching. You'll have to build yourself brick by brick, habit by habit. And every day you skip that work, you're just delaying the day your dream becomes possible. It's gonna hurt. There's gonna be challenges, hardships, and struggles. But I know you can do it. Go and conquer, friend.
And today, we're reacting to movies I would hate to live in. Y'all know we've been doing the movie recap.
We are not exaggerating. This is a diagnosis. We live in a time where the mind has been kidnapped by addictions, distractions, and trash. Digital trash, emotional trash, intellectual trash. This is the era where superficiality is rewarded and depth is ignored, where noise is worth more than reflection, where truth is shaped by algorithms and not by reason. People don't think, they react. They don't live, they consume. They are always connected, but completely lost from themselves. The mind, what should be our greatest strength, is in ruins. And the worst part is that many have gotten used to this state. They accept decay as if it were progress. They call decadence freedom, dirt expression, ignorance identity. This is the era of filth. And if you don't realize what's happening, you will also sink with it without even noticing. We live in a sick era. It's not an economic crisis, not a visible war. It's an invisible epidemic that starts in the mind and rots everything around it. A generation that doesn't think, that only reacts. Accelerated brains but empty, connected but without awareness. People who spend hours scrolling a screen, consuming trash, applauding clowns, idolizing idiots. That is what is happening. A silent